Everyone, and welcome back to Football Manager 2017. And today we've got something a bit different from the Newcastle save we've been doing recently, and we are going to see if we can win the 2018 World Cup with England. My inspiration behind this is simply being an England fan in the last few months. Sam Allardyce getting sacked after one match, Gareth Southgate somehow being put in charge for 4 matches. That just phenomenal game against Iceland where I sat drunk in disbelief for about 6 hours trying to recover. So I thought, how hard can it actually be to give England fans a bit of success? I would settle for the semi-finals, but we are going to see if we can win it. We will just have a quick look at how we have done in recent friendlies. Start back in 2016. We actually did really, really well. We won our first 5 matches and then lost in a friendly to Bosnia-Herzegovina. 2017 continued our excellent winning run. A draw with Slovakia aside, we have an almost perfect record in the World Cup qualifiers, qualifying with ease, lots of goals, few conceded, beating Belgium in a friendly, and then into this year we beat Holland 4-1 away, and then Benin 2-0, and then Guinea we were held to a very disappointing draw at home. But as you can see, our group for the World Cup does include Uruguay, USA and Senegal, all teams that we should be beating quite comfortably. So we should be winning that group and coming through to the last 16 without too much trouble. If we have a look at the squad for the World Cup, obviously it's a couple of years ahead of time, so there'll be some names in here you might not recognise. Ryan Woods being the first one who stands out. He plays for... Who does he play for? He plays for Brentford, so I'm not sure why he's in the team, but the assistant manager seems to rate him. John Stones in there, Chris Smalling, Harry Maguire, another perhaps interesting one. He plays for Hull on 69 grand a week for Hull. But it's quite a big squad. Harry Kane, Callum Wilson, one of the shock strikers in there. You'll see that Wayne Rooney is not in the squad. So I've made the decision that many other England managers have failed to and cut Wayne Rooney. But Daniel Sturridge is in there, Welbeck, Walcott, plenty of striking options. Welbeck and Walcott can obviously play on the wings too. Lallana in there, Sterling in there, he's a very good player now. Luke Shaw, a 5-star player nearly, which is quite impressive. So the team's actually reasonably strong. We've got good depth, nobody under 3 stars in the squad. So hopefully we can do quite well in this World Cup. It's a reasonably young squad as well, so I'm hoping for the best. But we'll get straight into this match with Uruguay. In terms of tactics, it's 4-4-2, very aggressive, especially for the group stages. But I will keep it simple, no instructions. I'm going to let the players play as they would and just put them in the roles that gives them the highest possible familiarity with the role. So you can see Raheem Sterling's the only one not on a full rating, and that's because he wants to play on the right hand side. So hopefully this will be enough for the players, because you've had very little time to actually train them. You need to rely on them to just do their job in the positions. So my theory is if I just play them where they like to play and are best, they will perform. So let's see how we do against Uruguay. Now Edison Cavani, they've got a great strike force, and here's Pereira on the left flank. He swings it in and Suarez scores. Well, you just expected it to happen, and Luis Suarez puts Uruguay ahead against England. Uruguay coming at us again with Pereira. He finds Gargano, it's blocked out. Luis Suarez back there to pick the ball up. Puts the ball into Cavani, it's 2-0. Late free kick in the first half. Luke Shaw out on the left, pulls it back to Sterling. There's Henderson! And Jordan Henderson cracks it into the top corner to give us hope in this second half. Just passing it around here. We need to be careful not to concede, but there's Cavani through to Suarez, and he does score. 3-1. I don't think we're going to come back from this. There is a full-time whistle. We have lost our first match at the World Cup, something that maybe shouldn't have been a big surprise. I definitely underestimated Uruguay's attack with Suarez and Cavani up front. They've got a lot of good players, Godin at the back, and we have lost. And now we're going to need to get a couple of good results in our other matches. We certainly need to beat the USA if we're going to come through this. Not too many changes to the team. We are bringing in Callum Wilson for Harry Kane. Otherwise, it's as you were for the game against USA. And we have to win this match. Otherwise, this is going to be a very short episode, guys. Yedlin with the ball on the right-hand side. Puts it in. Stones clears. Yedlin again. Johnson, Dwyer, and we're behind to the USA. Oh, this was such a bad idea for an episode. Being an England fan will never not be disappointing. Walker over the top towards Wilson, who's in, and that's a foul by Brooks, and we've got a penalty, a chance to get back into the World Cup. It's John Stones stepping up for the penalty, and he scores. England back on terms, 1-1. We've created 6 clear-cut chances in this match and only scored 1 goal. 21 shots, telling the story. And it looks like we're going to finish on a draw, and I have no idea what that does for our World Cup prospects. We might actually lose. No, the referee saves us at the end, 1-1. That is going to leave us on a knife edge. We might even be out. We're not out. If we beat Senegal, we're in with a chance. The USA and Uruguay still need to play each other, but that's going to be tight. We're going to need a lot of goals, and Uruguay to do us a favour if we're going to go through. We have changed the formation for this match. We're still playing quite a aggressive formation, but Lallana's going to drop into the attacking midfield role. I feel like the 2 strikers just aren't working for us. So Dyer's come into midfield with Wilshere. Lallana coming in for Callum Wilson. Daniel Sturridge continues to lead the line, but I might bring on Harry Kane if we still can't score a goal. But hopefully having the advanced playmaker between the 2 inside forwards, or 1 inside forward and a winger, will add to our goal threat against Senegal, and we have to win this match. Well, the game kicking off here, and as you can see, I have added the group table to the top right of your screen as we come on the attack. Klein into Chamberlain. And it's just broken up. We do need to win this match. Uruguay are beating the USA, which we might expect, so if we win this match, we will go through. Lallana to Sterling, Sturridge. Well, I should say if we win this game by enough goals, we will go through. And instead, Senegal have taken the lead. And we are bottom of the group on 1 point. And our job is now 1,000,000 times harder. Luke Shaw with a chance on the left flank. He pulls it across to Chamberlain, and we're back on terms. We now need just 5 more goals to qualify. Senegal coming at us again. Mane on the ball. Finds Diouf. He puts it into Keita, and there is the lead for Senegal. We've had 19 shots, 6 on target. Senegal have had 5, 2 on target, and yet we're 2-1 down. A familiar theme in my experience of Football Manager 2017 so far. Lallana to Henderson, now Sterling to Kane, and it's 2-2. Oh, fighting over spoiled milk at the moment, but we're 2-2, and we are just 4 more goals away from the last 16. Diouf into Mane. Mane beats his man, and Mane scores, and Senegal are 3-2 up. We are going to lose another match against Senegal this time. And this episode didn't quite go the way that I intended it to. We are out of the World Cup very early on at the group stage. Possibly more disappointing than our attempt in the 2014 World Cup. That is a full-time whistle. The World Cup is over. I think I've probably been sacked. Well, there is the end of the World Cup. I am just going to go to the end of the World Cup so we can find out who wins it, who does well. But it's all over for England for another 4 years. The World Cup is not coming home. Well, we have advanced to the World Cup final, and we'll just run through all the other rounds. As you can see, in the second round, Belgium were knocked out. The host Russia were knocked out by Ukraine. Germany being knocked out by Brazil. That must have been quite an interesting match. USA from our group getting knocked out by Portugal. Our group winners Uruguay getting through. Spain need an extra time, and France need an extra time against teams they should be beating. In the quarterfinal, Italy beat Ukraine as you'd expect. Brazil beating Argentina, another massive clash for Brazil. They're not doing it easily. France beating Portugal in what was a tight match. The repeat of the Euro Championship final. And Uruguay from our group beating Spain again. In the semis, penalty shootout settled it. Brazil and Italy going out. Brazil had such a tough run to that final. I feel sorry for them getting knocked out on penalties. But France making it, and Uruguay. And then in the final, France beat Uruguay. Our group winners made it all the way to the final. So maybe we shouldn't feel too sad. But France, the ultimate winners of the World Cup. You heard it here first. 2018 will be France's year. But England will finish Group H, I think we were. No, not Group H. Let's have a look at all groups anyway. England will finish at the bottom of their group on 1 point, getting beat by Senegal. And I have to give Football Manager this. It is entirely realistic. So there you go, England fans. You've got 2 years to look forward to another shocking disappointment at a major tournament. I just want to see how Brazil did because they had such a tough run. They had Italy in their group as well, and they did well to win it. They were so unlucky. I think Brazil deserved to win this World Cup, but it has gone to France. And that will be all for this episode. Not quite what I intended, and probably in hindsight a very poor choice of episode. But if you did enjoy it, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe if you want to see more things like this. Don't forget to check out our FM17 Newcastle save. But until next time, see ya.